January the 21st, twigs. Other than colour, various trees and shrubs can be identified from characters on their twigs alone. If thorny and without leaves this month, it is often one of the following: hawthorn, blackthorn, mirabelle plum, or a black locust tree. Ferocious spines, 1 or 2 centimetres in length, and in small bunches would indicate the honey locust, Glidicia triacanthus. This tree is relatively uncommon outside parks and plant collections. Trees like the black locust, Robinia pseudoacacia, have prominent but smaller spines. Although confusingly, this character has been bred out in many city specimens. The cockspur thorn, Crataegus cruscale, which is one of the vandal-proof shrubs found in our parks, has truly fearsome spines up to 10 centimetres in length. Blackthorn, Prunus spinosa, and mirabelle plum, Prunus cercifer, can sometimes be awkward to tell apart. The former usually has darker twigs and is more spiny, but an easier way to separate them this month is by looking at their buds. Those of the blackthorn are rounded and those of the cherry plum are pointed. Branch colour. Although most tree branches are darkish, often a sooty colour, many others change their colour at this time of year. All over London, the branches of lime trees, Tilia species, and their buds are becoming noticeably more coral-coloured. Willows are probably the most commonly noticed colour branches across the whole landscape. They are now predominantly yellow, green, orange, or a bright shiny brown. In gardens, other cultivated willows can be several different colours. Dawn redwoods have red branches, fig trees green ones, walnuts grey, larch red or brown, and poplars are often covered in a white bloom. One of the easiest to recognise is the stagswan sumac, whose branches are covered in a soft brown fur. The weeping form of the pagoda tree, Sephora japonica pendula, can form a perfect natural arbour with its unusual twisted and then rod-like branches, which can be 3 different colours. Also called the Chinese scholar tree, it had a long history of being planted on the graves of teachers or in the grounds of universities. Today it can be found in the Master's Garden at Balliol College, Oxford, but is more easily seen at the edge of the meadow in Battersea Park. We have to thank one of the most famous of the Royal Horticultural Society's plant hunters, Robert Fortune, for its introduction in 1857. After fighting off Chinese pirates almost single-handedly with a 2-barrel shotgun, he managed to go on to introduce 2 other great winter beauties, winter jasmine and the winter-flowering honeysuckle. After his near-death experience, he wrote back to the Society for more money and famously received a sarcastic refusal, suggesting he ought not to be so mercenary. Branches also differ widely in colour among the maples, Acer species. 2 of the best are the coralbark maple, Acer palmatum sangogaku, and its green counterpart, Acer palmatum ao yogi. The moosewood maple, Acer pennsylvanicum, with its almost fluorescent red branches, is another favourite. Others worth seeking out are Acer acunatum, with its purple twigs, which then turn green and white, and Acer barbinerve, which starts off bright crimson and slowly changes to grey. As it is the young growth that often produces the best colour, pruning by gardeners can be vital for a good show. For this reason, Wisley has the greatest range of different branch colours, although Savile Gardens has a good list of maples. The Japanese gardens in Holland Park and the water gardens at Kingston are also well worth visiting. The latter is a gem of a landscape Japanese garden originally planted by another great Victorian plant hunter, John Veitch. He collected privately from wherever the Chinese allowed him to go, which was mainly markets, inns, temples and private gardens. Even so, his garden today still has a number of rarities.